Let's call this meeting to order. If you will please join me by standing and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Begin with roll call. Alderman Smith.
Present.
Alderman Schneider.
Present.
Alderman Simpson.
Present.
Alderman Quinn.
Present.
Alderman Saunders.
Present.
Alderman Osborne. Present. Okay, we have a quorum. We shall proceed. First thing on the agenda will be to review and approve the minutes of February 5th, 2026 meeting of the Board of Aldermen. The minutes are in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as prepared.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the minutes of the February 5th, 2026 Board of Aldermen meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next thing we have will be the mayor's report, and I'll try to keep it short. Last week I met with MQA representatives to discuss the potential electric load at the data center over on Front Street. We're waiting on some feedback from the engineer at MQA so we can get with those people and have a discussion about what their maximum load will be, what we can provide, and what their business plan is going forward relative to electric usage. We'll be reporting back more on that if they have more information.
Are they operational yet?
I do not believe they're operational yet. They are installing equipment. Met with Mr. Mark Bross from Cleaner to discuss the results of the emerging contaminant study that we got the grant for last year. That's going to turn into, in the packet tonight, application to revolving loan fund for a project that's in the amount of $1 million. This is kind of a follow-up to something that is going to hopefully get us into an emergency situation where it's basically we don't have to repay it. And it's a complex project. We'll be getting into a little bit more detail as we move a little further along. It's in your packet if you want to read the detail, but tonight we'll be reviewing that. And then on the 13th, I think we received the last of the RFQs for engineering services for the airport. Is that in our packet tonight to deal with as far as
That's not the MECO contract review?
no.
No, okay, no, it's not.
Okay, we'll have to do that next time around. Do you recall how many firms responded to that request for qualifications?
We just have the one.
Just the one from MECO. Okay. All right, that completes the mayor's report. Next thing on the agenda will be the city clerk's report.
Don't have much more than what's in our report here. I did provide you information here on the grants and kind of where we're standing on those right now. We're getting ready to close out the red line inventory grant. Everything, they've completed everything. And they've provided a spreadsheet of who will need to receive letters on an annual basis because their water lines are unknown at this time. They don't know if they contain lead or not, so we have to continue to send letters to them on an annual basis. Keep them notified.
George, do you know, is there any plan for them being the state to provide funding to remediate those types of issues?
As of right now, no.
Okay.
And if as far as the letters you have to send out, if the residents would do what they need to do, which is go downstairs and actually identify what it is coming into their house, then we should be able to not send that letter to them anymore.
And they've already been requested, of course, to do that. But as a safety precaution, we still have to send these letters out of what the lead could potentially do health-wise and
Yeah.
so forth. And the letter will explain also, if you provide this information to us, then they wouldn't have to be sent out all the time.
Are these lines, what's the city lines, or are they from the,
They're from the meter to and into the house.
They talked like at some point they were going to maybe offer some funding for those replacements, but that's not a definite.
Not yet. Anything else? Okay.
I wanted to add on the kneecap and IHAP recovery, pronounce that. I had a couple people ask me about, if you had trouble filling out that paperwork. And the office, the social services office right here in town, they will help and have helped with people fill out that paperwork and get it submitted for them if they do need help filling it out. So.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Mhm.
All right. Next on the agenda will be the city attorney's report.
No report.
Okay, next would be authorized guest speakers. Do we have any authorized guest speakers?
there's
Oh,
Okay, how are you?
love that suit.
City clerk. City clerk.
So I had some questions regarding what I am able to do for the city. Like, I'm not exactly too sure what I can do to help the city, and I was wondering if there's any like new development plans within the city. I had questions about that.
Development plans, you probably want to connect with the Economic Development Sales Tax Board.
That's me, that's on her. So Mary's part of that too, she's here tonight, I'm gonna have something to speak about too, but, I could let you know, when our meetings are, if would you like to
Yeah.
attend any of those? Also, I was wondering, I'm part of DTMC, so our downtown, and there's a part of the Main Street program that could involve the youth program, and if that would be something that maybe, speaking on their behalf, but if you would be interested maybe in participating as like a youth representative?
I'd love to.
Yes.
awesome.
Can I have your contact information?
Yeah, yeah.
Or,
I can give
To everyone.
It's-
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we would reach out to you if you would want to be involved. in that.
All right,
That would be
perfect.
great.
We will connect you with the right resources.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate your interest very much.
Here's another one.
Hello, my name is Robert Damian Quinn. I am an active student of Monroe City High School. I am active in FFA, FBLA, and the band and the school's activities. I am an employee of Tommy's Yard Care, and outside of all of that, I am part of a 3-man YouTube page called The Banana Bandits with my great friend Jason Patrick Pugh and another person from Shelbina. Today, I'm going to talk about the property at 222 Washington Street, Monroe City. Every Monday through Wednesday and every other Friday, I would walk to my mom's house at 402 South Washington Street, and on the route to my mom's house is 222 Washington Street, a small house on the corner. And one thing I've noticed is it has not had occupants for a long time as per visual conception. Because when you look at it, it has lost windows, the door is off center, and when you look through the windows, you can see that it is near bound to topple down on itself. And the smell some days is unbearable. I believe we must do something, as if we do not, some great potential in this town will indubitably be lost. So I beg of you, members of the board, to condemn this property, to allow for it to be bought, and for possibly a new house to be built on the property of 222 Washington Street. If you decide not to condemn the property, that is okay, but at least lay your eyes on the property and consider my request soon. Thank you, members of the board, members of the Monroe City Board, and as well to members of the audience for taking the time to listen to my speech on this fine night of February 19th, 2026.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let him know. Let him know. It's on
Let
there.
him know.
Yes.
I think that's already on.
Robert,
Yeah.
Have you got the list?
Robert?
Have you got the list?
it is on the list of the properties that are being condemned. So we're working on that, trying to get that cleaned up. It might take a little time, but it's one of our properties we're addressing. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Move on to new business. First thing is the seasonal mowing services. That model camp contract should be in your packet. On the tab 9.
Have these been mailed out or anything done with these yet?
No.
No, okay.
The purpose of this is to approve this.
Because some changes have been made because of the sale of some parks and stuff like that.
Did we discuss whether or not we wanted the contract to be 3 years? Did we talk about that?
We have, I can't remember who changed it.
I would say that as far as I'm aware, we never voted on changing it any. There's been brief discussion about we could potentially change it one way or the other.
Now's the time.
And now.
This would be a very good time to make that determination.
The last time this came before the board was 2 years ago, and they did the 2-year bids for the mowing. One of the items that we did make a little change on as requested was for area 7. That was the only area that the city had a contract for being paid per mow, and you all wanted to look at offering it for being paid per season instead of per mow.
Yeah, because the rest of them are per season, correct?
Well,
The rest of them are per season.
everything else is per season.
Did we talk about one time about only doing one-year contracts with things, or?
We did. My recollection is that discussion was in relationship to a determination by the Missouri State Supreme Court that spoke to not encumbering future boards with debt. And now you could get into a conversation about leases and you could go on and on and on. So it's really, I think, whatever this board decides to do, unless the city attorney has some advice he would like to give us.
I think you stated it. That's why we're doing 1 year.
So we want to do 1 year.
Yeah, this says 3 on here,
Okay.
but the first page says 3 years, so that's up toward the bottom, the last paragraph.
Yeah, that'll just need to change.
Yeah, we need to do it.
Okay, so we have 2 issues currently. One is the duration of the contract. I would need a motion to modify the term of the contract. Currently says a period of 3 years.
And then subsequently, that would have, the following sentence would have to be eliminated.
Say it again.
Subsequently, if we change that, the following sentence would need to be eliminated. after the initial 2-year period, the agreement could be extended. Wouldn't that
Right.
need to be eliminated?
Yes.
Definitely.
Robin?
Yeah.
Could you put in a yearly contract that it could be extended? Just like that sentence, but even do it in a yearly versus a 3-year? I don't know if that's,
Would we?
I think what we're looking for is to rebid this
every year.
every year. You know, I'm sure.
That would be the new council's option though, if they wanted to extend it or not. So
They
that would
certainly
give them an
could. They
option.
could change it. They could change it. Future councils can change it always.
Yeah.
Unless, unless there's some state statute that says you can't. So, what the board members have discussed is changing this to a 1-year.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, you want to change Area 7 to be a fixed contract for,
It is per season.
say it again?
7 is per season in that one.
Right, 7's per season. Which one's per mow?
Well,
Seven
it used
was
to
per
be per
season.
mow, but in this
Or per
contract,
mow.
it's,
7 was per mow.
So it's already been changed.
yeah, so it's already been
So
changed.
if they accept this with the changes, we're done.
What's our, I guess this locks it in, like we know upfront for the year how much we're gonna pay as opposed to, well, this time they mowed it
Correct,
12 times or
The-
whatever the number is.
yes.
I had a question on the wording on all areas are to be maintained at X number of inches. Is that kind of a don't let it get over that number of inches type situation? Or,
That would be my interpretation if it
Yeah.
said maintained at.
yeah, I mean, obviously they don't want, we don't want to scalp
Yeah,
it.
and
but-
before, in the past, what we've done, before any mow is approved for payment, Rodney is notified and he lets us know that everything is done properly and according to the
Okay.
contract.
So I guess, and we already do this apparently for the other ones, if we do per season, do we pay weekly, monthly, or is it a upfront? How's that?
It's usually 2 weeks, every 2 weeks,
It's
Well, in the wording here, it says after
council
the.
meetings.
Friday following.
The Friday following the council.
So
one,
that would be every 2 weeks typically.
Yeah, twice a month, yeah.
Just says on Area 7, notice the train, never mind.
Okay.
one more question. On the specifications, it does give maintained at a certain height for different areas of these. But then on the second or third paragraph, I guess, would be on the first page, maybe I'm not reading it correctly. It said the contractor will mow all properties as often as needed so that it does not exceed 2 inches above the designated height.
Oh, yeah,
That sounds like a contradiction.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that, like, the area being maintained at 4 inches, so it could be 6 inches?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's,
That gives them, I guess, the deal to where you're talking about not scalping it, like, it should be 4 inches, but you mow it below 4 inches to like, let it grow to
We have a
6
leeway of
inches.
2 inches.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that-
My interpretation would be that
what are your thoughts on that, John?
when it got to, pick an area, St. Jude Cemetery, my interpretation that would be when it got if it got to 6 inches, mow it. Which is the opposite of maintaining at 4 inches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're contradicting ourselves.
Well, I mean, if I was the one mowing it and it was at 5 inches and you come give me say, hey, why aren't you mowing it? I'd say, well, it's allowed to go 2 inches above the designated height, so I'm gonna mow it when it hits 6 inches.
I would suggest we take that out and just leave
Yeah,
the areas will be maintained at and the designated.
Yeah, because it says weather delays will be accepted, so it's, I mean, if something were to happen. I guess they don't know that.
right, if it rains for a week straight, I mean, yeah.
How much is this like in our previous contract, and like, how much, because I know that they looked at some updates this year, like, one of the park board, guys got some experience with the, state contracts for mowing. And I know he was, like, done some input, I wasn't sure, like, I don't know, kind of standard language.
I mean, this contract basically for been very similar for a very long time. So making the changes that you already recommended,
I was gonna say, some of the history here, I think Mr. Osborne probably remember, but there were issues with the cemetery a few years ago where it kind of got out of control. So I think that's where the 2 inches came into play.
oh, you suggest we leave it?
I'd leave it.
Okay.
Because you need something more definitive, I think, and 2 inches gets you there.
So then could they let it get to 6 inches before they mow with this wording?
Yeah.
And then the water tower could get up to 8 inches, probably down the water tower.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the,
Well, that's
that's
industrial.
industrial park, so I don't think that's.
Yeah,
a
that one's not
problem.
as,
I'm trying to imagine an exact, but, you know, so we probably don't want most of them mowed to 2 inches or anything.
right, yeah.
We're not
Right,
golf courses here.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we want to go with a 1-year contract and leave the rest of it like it is.
That's fine.
What about their option to renew?
No, 1-year contract, right?
We need to have the bids probably at least by March 4th, as this is scheduled to start on the 3rd Monday of March.
All right. May we have a motion to change the contract to a 1 year, for a period of 1 year?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to change the wording on this contract so that it's changed to show for a period of 1 year. Do we have a second? Motion second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, the next thing we have here is a application to the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund.
Oh, are we gonna vote to send this out for bids? Or are we just?
Oh, okay. This is, let me go back and explain this. Earlier in our conversations, I, during the mayor's report, advised that we had met with Mark Ross.
He's talking about the mowing.
Talking about the
I'm sorry,
mowing.
what?
To
The
put
mowing,
out.
we voted to change the term, but are we gonna now that we've updated it, are we gonna send this out for bids?
Yes.
Yes.
Just go ahead
Do
and
we need to
publish
vote
it.
for that?
Yeah.
Do we?
Or is that?
Need to vote for that? It's standard, we do it every year. If you want to do it, you can.
Well, I just want to make sure that we had it ready to go because it's gonna be over pretty soon.
I'll make a motion to, for
Bids for mowing?
I'll
I got a
second.
motion and a second on the floor to go out for bids for mowing. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, now we'll move on to this. What you have in front of you is an application to the revolving loan fund. This is a result of the emerging contaminant study that we did, with manganese being identified as an opportunity for the city of Monroe City. What this actually does is a little complicated, but right now we currently have a problem removing manganese, and it's present in source water and varying levels. What this would do would be to optimize the manganese removal process to ensure compliance. I'm not sure how detailed this gets into all the work that's going to be done. George, do you want to have any discussion relative to this?
No, this is from the emerging contaminants grant that the city got to have engineering look at emerging contaminants, which included PFAS. And the only thing that we believe that the city's going to benefit from at this point is trying to remove some of the manganese through green sand filters, which could be retrofitted essentially into the existing. And there is a $10 million per municipality grants available if, depends on where we fall on the list, the revolving fund list. So, but if we don't get this application in by March 1st, we have no chance to grant funds. So that's why Mayor's presenting that.
This would be expected to be a 100% grant. It involved replacing the filter media at the water treatment plant. What's called the green sand media, maybe adding an air scour system, some automation, updating the filters and the water plant controls. So in order for us to send this application in, we need the approval of the board.
I have a question.
Yes.
So this is an application for a loan in
Yes.
hopes of getting a grant. If they come back and say we're not grant eligible, are there plans to accept the loan?
Say it again.
Are there plans to accept the loan if,
No.
okay, we don't get the grant?
No.
Okay.
One of the things I'll draw your attention to is all of the funding dollars are under the DWSRF Emerging Contaminants Project, which is a money that the state has set aside specifically for this issue. And so basically, if they don't approve it, it doesn't happen. Does that make sense? This was, when we started down this road, and I'm sure you all recall this, what we discussed was, depending upon the outcome of the results from the study, that would give us an idea of what we might be able to do going forward to obtain either very low cost or grants 100% total to help improve our water treatment facility. And so this is where we are. And based upon the information from Cleaner, they think that we have a very high probability of success. We're not asking for $10 million. We're not asking for everything. We're addressing a very specific need. The emerging contaminants that were identified are not even on the list of those that are going to be monitored or controlled currently. Manganese, however, is. So we're going to take this opportunity to see if we can get money from the state to address this problem so it will not have a cost to our taxpayers here in the city of Monroe City. That's the goal. I don't like to use the word free money because there's no such thing as free money. Somebody's paying for it. We're all taxpayers, so we'll be getting some of our taxpayer money back, hopefully. So what I need is to have this board approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for the emerging contaminants revolving funds.
We have a motion on the floor. Is there any other discussion? Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve the application to the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion carries. Next thing on the agenda will be contract review with MECO Engineering. This is related to the electrical distribution plan. We've talked about this a few times. We had MQA in here in 2024. We put together a short-term plan that we are continuing to work towards. And I believe Mr. Hogan is here. If you'd like to step forward and explain what's going on and help explain this.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Alderman. You may recall my name's Robert Hogan. I'm with Mico Engineering. Essentially, what's in front of you this evening would be a contract for what we call a preliminary engineering report, or PER for short. The PER is, as the name suggests, a preliminary investigation, and it could be used by Monroe City, if you so choose, to build a case to apply for grant funding for electrical infrastructure improvements. Now, like with all grant funding, there's no guarantee you'll get it, but the PER is the first step in the process to try to secure those funds. I know with our meetings with your electrical folks, there's some legitimate concerns, so we want to try to address those as quickly as possible.
Any questions?
Have we solicited for this?
I'm sorry, what?
Have we solicited for this service?
Yes.
For this
Yes.
project?
We
Okay.
did the RFQ by the numbers,
Okay,
and the board selected Mico.
gotcha. They're starting to run together. We got
Now,
it.
we've done quite a few this past 18 months, so here's the question that we have is we will have to do a budget amendment to the electric department. If you accept this, we have to fund it. In order to fund it, we have to do a budget amendment to the electric department, most likely in distribution under professional services. We went through the required process to select an engineering firm. You have to do that, or they can't work on the grant. That's the way that works. So first thing, we would have to agree to enter into this contract in the amount of $8,500. Second, we would have to vote and approve a budget amendment to put $8,500 at a minimum into the professional services category under an amended budget. Questions?
Do we know where we voted from yet?
Well, everything in the electric department is paid for vis-a-vis what we charge for our electric rates. That's the only source of income. That's the only source of revenue for electric department. And are you asking me, do they have enough money to cover this?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, they are the only enterprise that is able to do that.
So if we apply for a community development block grant for the electric upgrades,
Mm-hmm.
are we going to put the demolition grant on hold?
No.
We have two applications.
Did you talk to Devin?
I did not talk to Devin, but I did have a lengthy conversation with Cindy Holtz.
That works.
Mark Twain Regional Council
That works.
of Governments. The single application per year that you and I discussed on the phone is a Mark. I'm just going to say the whole thing because when I try to use the acronym, it never works. That is a Mark Twain Regional Council of Governments policy.
It's not a state policy.
As far as I know, it is not a state policy.
It
Correct.
used to be. You could have more than one application, but only one funded grant could be open for a period of 2 years.
And
or
that
something.
may be the case.
I think she did say when we were asking about that, she kind of did indicate to us, because we were talking about the demolition grant Cindy did, that they themselves would not entertain doing 2 grants at one time.
And that's what she
That's
communicated
exactly
with me.
correct, because their explanations, they do not have the resources available to do more than one grant per city. Now, when I sent out the request for services for the demolition project, I was required to send it out to 22 different entities that write grants for that. And so if it's a question of resources, we can overcome that. If it's a question of the state only allows one person, which I find it hard to believe, then that's a different roadblock that we can't overcome. So worst case, we do the PER, we have the results, we have a plan, and whoever is here, at least 3 of you people will be here next year, the city clerk will be here. You entertain us next year. I mean, progress shouldn't stop because we can't always, see the end when we're looking forward. That's just part of the game, I guess, so to speak, when it comes to grant writing. We have to have every reason to believe that we can start this today and we can execute it next year or the year after that or the year after that. It's called continuation. One of the biggest problems I ran into since being mayor is seeing the number of 3-year and 5-year plans that were started and died. And a lot of them were very, very good plans. And what becomes immediately very, very aware of is that many, many years ago when the city of Monroe City voted to have a city administrator, I would be willing to bet you their plan was that that person would be here for a very long time. Just like when we used to have city clerks that were here for 5 or 10 years. You would have a point of stability and continuity so that when these things begin, there's a reasonable expectation they will be completed and that you won't waste taxpayers' money starting and stopping on things over and over and over again. So I think you ought to go ahead and do it and plan on success.
Yeah, I didn't mean to muddy the water. I just knew that we were talking about potentially 2 different block grants, and I did not want to. I just thought we need to maybe chat about it. So.
If I may, just
Sure.
offer up a little bit of information. Unfortunately, everything takes longer than we want.
Right.
And there's elections in there, which I won't comment on that. Keep in mind, another municipality not far from here, we worked with them through Mark Twain Regional Council of Governments, and they had to go through the application process more than once.
Sure.
So just, it's one of those, if you don't, first you don't succeed, you can try again.
There's no guarantee.
I also want to mention in the course of my conversation with Cindy today, she mentioned something else, and I'm not a funding expert. I don't know all the intricacies of the state funding. Thankfully, that's not my realm. But she did mention about if you have a new development or a new business. And what caught my attention was you were discussing the call center, I believe.
Data center.
Data center. If you have new business that may be impaired by a lack of infrastructure, that is a separate fund.
That's good to know.
I'm not the right person to ask all the intricacies, but
It's still good to know.
It may be worth having. It may be worth having a conversation because I know there are some
Some of those
important electrical needs that we want to get on as quickly as possible, and maybe that would be another avenue for funding.
Well, definitely we need electrical upgrades in town.
Yeah,
regardless.
and the LMI.
LMI, sir.
LMI study puts us in a category that makes the city of Monroe City, we have more options now than we did.
Right.
So I do not think that it would be a waste of time or money to go ahead and do the study and start planning for that. If it was $85,000, I would say maybe not. But this initial study is seemed to be very economical. Thankfully, the Electric Enterprise Fund can afford to do this.
When it's not like we have to do it right away. I mean, we can keep it for the next year.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. We went through the process
Right,
to
if we
select
don't-
the engineer
Right.
at the direction of this board.
Yeah.
If we
So-
want to apply in 2026, we need to do it now.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's
So
what
what do you
doing
think?
now. And even if we don't.
Because the deadline will be here
Yeah.
before you know it.
Someone make a motion to enter into the contract with PER of NICO, and we'll start moving.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with MECO as stated in this contract.
We have a motion on the floor to enter into this contract with NICO, an amount of $8,500 for this professional engineering report. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor. All in favor say aye. All opposed say nay. Next thing we need to do is we need to authorize a budget amendment. We need to authorize the
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
inclusion of an amount in professional services within the current budget. Didn't that give me guidance on this?
What's that?
Any guidance on this other than just do it?
An approval.
Okay, so we need to have a approval of a budget amendment authorizing the amount of $8,500 to be entered under the professional services category within electric distribution on the budget.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to amend the budget. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor to amend the budget in the amount of $8,500 to go into professional services on electric distribution budget. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Okay, council committee reports. Am I missing anything here, folks?
What about the nutrition center?
That's under council committee. That's under council committee reports.
Oh,
So, planning and zoning,
We did not have any meetings this month.
okay. Parks and recreation,
We did have a meeting, I don't know if, anyone want to speak about that.
Are they in there?
I just got a
The-
couple of things. I don't have the minutes with me, Greg, but I do have a couple of questions that you were gonna ask for us if you want me to. I think, Danette, back in December, November, I think it was the end of November, maybe December, we talked about the budget numbers, and we had a question on one that we never followed up with you about.
I talked to Penny today.
You did today?
Yeah, we
Okay,
got a meeting set up for next Friday.
so she's got that information, okay.
She does not have it. We're gonna meet next Friday.
Next Friday, okay, I'll get with her on that then, that was part of the deal. And then the other part we talked about was the window contract. I don't know, we don't have a copy of the window contract.
is that with
Same.
Mr. Altizer?
I think that possibly, I don't know, Greg was under the impression he's been paid. We don't have
it.
a,
Paid for part of it, but I don't
75%
remember.
of the project.
we don't know what the expectations were, so we don't know, nothing has been done. So we need a copy of the contract if we can get it to figure out what the expectations were, because I think it was done in December. So those were the two things, and other than that, I think Rodney got the swing set out today,
Swing sets out,
gravel out.
graveled out, we're putting the dirt in, we're not done, but gotta dress up a little bit.
And Mary,
Those swings are gone.
yeah, so we got that done. And Mary has a draft on the restroom for the park, North Park, so that's our next step on that.
Yeah, we're going out for bids.
We do have a design, and we're now need to go out for bids for that restroom.
Good.
I think we're still up in areas on the camera system.
It's up.
No.
It's up and it's running.
Okay, well, see,
Installed Monday.
we don't get informed of a lot.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
sent an
that.
email out.
It was just this Monday.
Okay,
I-
well, as a committee, I don't know, I'm so excited to hear what the veterans are doing. I don't think that has ever been discussed in our park committee. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have planned. But I wish that we knew, as a park committee, more about it before things happen.
You're gonna learn what we're gonna learn at the same time.
Perfect, cool.
Vicki,
And I think that's it then, she's got the information on that.
I have a question. You mentioned none of the work has been done on the windows at all? Nothing?
Nothing has been touched at St. Jude's since, before it got cold, since November. I mean, I don't even know when the contract was done. I have no idea. But nothing has been touched since we've been going over there to turn the lights on and check the heat and make sure everything's okay. So, and some of the windows are cracked. I mean, they're standing wide open and we're trying to keep it heated.
Why have we paid him 75% of his money if
He hasn't started yet.
he hasn't done anything?
That was part of the contract. He needed the money up front to buy the supplies for the project. And that was all written in the contract.
Was there a timeline? Is there a timeline to that you remember?
I don't remember seeing the contract either. I remember awarding, because wasn't he the only bidder? But I don't actually.
I don't know
understand
that
the
we ever
contract.
saw a copy of the contract as a park committee.
I don't know that I have either.
So I guess that's,
Well, I know,
Matt might have.
Matt has,
He might.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as communication on the cameras, I did send an email out to everyone this week about them being installed.
Okay, I probably missed that. And we had a meeting Tuesday. I'm going off of what we discussed Tuesday. So if it's been since then, I have not. I'm not up to date.
It just got completed Monday afternoon.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
yeah,
Okay.
or no, was it Tuesday?
It must have been Tuesday. 'Cause
It
we
was
had a meeting.
Tuesday morning,
Yeah,
yeah.
we had a meeting Tuesday and we weren't aware, so we
Yeah, 'cause
got the email after.
Fiber was Monday, yeah, like Tuesday afternoon, so I mean, yeah.
Okay, so that's where we stand, so maybe you can give me a copy of the contract, or one of us a copy of that, and we can figure out where we're gonna go from there.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you, Vicki.
yes, thank you.
All right. Veterans Monument. I had a short meeting with a couple of individuals last week. Suggested they come up here and talk to the board of the whole regarding their proposal.
So sorry that I don't have enough copies. So if we can share nicely with everyone, here's a little presentation. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, or try to, for the most part. Oh, actually, I have extra ones. Oh. Would you like one? Sure. Okay.
She's the brains and the finesse of this, I'm just a backup.
Also, I'm Devin Jarman. I am a member of DTMC. The VFW, when they dismantled, gave DTMC $5,000. I just took over this project, so I'm Devin. I'm really sorry that we are not, I did not get a hold of you. I had to come to the city council first. So I promise I will keep everybody updated. So as you can see, we have a monument. We have laid it out with Wilson's. We do plan on doing it, if you guys approve, would be in St. Jude's Park right there in front of the American flag. We do have a slot. If you saw the flags and us out there and me sinking in my heels today, we were measuring it all out. But it's all measured out. That picture that is there, that is just an example. So there's actually 8 medallions that go, 4 on each side. The eagle will be on top. It will be black in the center, that centerpiece. We will, the wording, we will make for Monroe City specifically. Do you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought you had a question, sorry. So the way that it's gonna be placed in the ground is it will be easy to mow around. There will not be a lot of maintenance at all to it. This will not be city funded. This is all gonna be donations, sponsorships. We will make that work. I will make that work. So the city does not have any money going into it. What we need approval for is for us to do this at St. Jude's. I know that there's been maybe some concerns about blocking the church and the historic portion of it. So if we have concerns, let's bring them up so that I have the answers, I think, potentially for those. But the way it's laid out now, we still have plenty of room towards the walkway and the sidewalk. And me personally, don't think that it's gonna block the church too much. But if Parks and Recreation has a different idea.
This is in this park.
Right.
This one. Mhm.
The only thing the city's gonna have in is dirt.
And if we need dirt, I know a dirt man.
Yeah, you do.
Just so happen to be married to one.
Yeah, you do.
Where the flagpole is.
Where's this going?
Right, it's in front of the flagpole. Mhm.
Where is the flagpole?
I actually have a picture on my phone. It
It's
wouldn't
off
be printed.
each corner of the church.
So that's
Okay,
the layout.
okay. It's not showing up on the satellite.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
What's not too.
What's your thing from, you know?
Well, no, so it
It's
is,
to
if you've
the
ever looked,
north
it's,
of the church.
it's on.
Yes. So like the church is over here, and this is where it is. Yeah.
It sits on the, as long as it's not blocking the front view of the church?
No, it's not.
No,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's right in front of the flagpole.
Do we have any historical guidelines that we have to follow?
We're not really, I don't know that we have anybody that's really super expert on that. It's one thing we've been trying to look into to
I
see
think
that
as
we
long
do
as you
things.
don't touch the structure, you're fine.
We do have some contact, actually DTMC does.
It's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that as well, but.
Well, I mean, there's a flagpole there now from that angle, I guess.
Devin, can I see real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. So sorry.
I would
Yeah, the gazebo's over here.
Yep, the gazebo's over there, and then the orange flags are where are the insides, and then this is for the perimeter of it, I guess. And then the yellow
Center.
flags is the center where the monument would be centered.
So as a parks board, have you shown them this and where it's gonna go on?
I have spoke to them, but I didn't know anything about a meeting, and I wasn't really informed, so I started here first. So that's kind of.
I would think that we could, that's what one thing I would recommend is that if we could get together and have them, because there are a few people on the Parks Board that are much more familiar with St. Jude's Park probably
Correct.
than any of us here are. They've
Okay.
done a lot of work with the church and different things, so that might, I guess that'd be my opinion, if we could kind of run it by and get any input from the Parks Board.
Okay.
They typically meet once a
Okay.
month on the third Tuesday.
Yes.
But we do communicate over email and would be, I'm sure, I won't speak completely for anyone, but generally they would all be interested in working with you outside of that meeting time if we need to.
Sure.
But that
I
would
would
be
feel
my
better if they had, I think it's great.
No,
Parks
that's
board.
I'm just starting here because that's where I thought
We gotta have permission for the ground first.
That's true.
So
My recommendation was for them to approach the board of the whole, make sure that there wasn't any opposition on this board before we take this. And Chief James has a question.
Would it be possible, to actually move that flag a little bit further to the north, just as is? Where it's at, it's kind of included by the trees. Should also
Why not?
be a little bit more
It can be moved.
separation, which
Yeah, why not?
separation from
Yeah.
the church.
it can be moved. Yeah.
Well, I need to move anything.
Is there,
It for sure can be moved.
Rodney's part of the
And
park.
that's one of the things that we
That is part of the
discussed
park.
also, and we've thrown around. We just wanted to see where everyone was at and to get the permission to move forward with the project.
Vicki, you got this
Absolutely.
chief's suggestion?
Yeah.
We'll get this in front of you guys for your very next meeting. They can bring it in, show you all the proposal. I think you've got pretty much any approval of the board. You guys come back and tell us
Perfect.
what your recommendations are, and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Fair
We're not
enough?
trying to delay you. Just give us another 30 days if you would, and we'll work it.
We wanna get it in by July.
Oh, we'll be there.
By July the 4th.
We'll be there. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Or 200.
What's your lead time, what's your lead time with your contractor?
So the contractor is my husband.
Okay.
And
24 hours.
Wilson, yeah.
Well,
I just snap fingers around
All
my
right,
house.
we'll let you worry about the
no.
time.
And then Wilson Granite, they said that if we give them enough time, so we're gonna have to order this stuff within the next, I would say, 30 days, maybe pushing it. They can get it to us by July 4th.
Let me ask a question. We have representatives here that are on that board. Do you think it would be permissible for them to go ahead and order the granite?
Could we see a picture?
Sure, here, take
Oh,
this.
yeah, absolutely.
And there's two flags that are missing on these sides, and then obviously the wording is.
What's the total dimensions?
It's right down on their page.
You've checked this, right, or not? 14, 52 wide, 14, 15, 68 long. And you're thinking in that northeast corner, right? Greg? I'm approval,
I say,
I'm
I'm for it, I just wanted to make
I'm
sure
approval to
that,
order it, we just don't have a placement.
I did speak to Penny today, and she said she was okay.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I don't know if that
So,
matters.
so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of us.
I think you go ahead and
Five.
order it. Go ahead and order, if you guys are okay, if we go ahead and order it, that way you don't have that, that won't be a
I think
roadblock.
not a delay.
You guys can get together and decide where you're gonna put it.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Rodney, you Rodney,
All right, we'll get it done.
Go for it.
with the design, let
Oh,
them
yeah,
and then finding a place. Okay, we'll find you a home.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it very,
Excellent.
very much. I know the veterans will really appreciate it a lot. Okay, next thing we have is the Economic Development Tax Board. Before I move on to,
Can I get this? I have an email. Okay, great.
before I move on to the funding recommendation, do you have anything else?
So I'm gonna throw this in there just real quickly.
Well, that's fine.
I passed around these banners. It's actually DTMC, but DTMC works for them. We have the funding and would like to do these are some renderings of some banners that they would like to place on the Main Street light poles out here. And if you look at, each one has kind of they all have the same, but in the middle is a different, like there's the Farmers Elevator, the Wedge, City Hall, St. Jude's, different pictures
You do?
of historical places. So not asking for any money, just asking if it's okay if we.
So were they
I'm
gonna
trying
be
to
all
remember,
four? or-
wasn't there some question a few years ago about what you could attach to those poles?
There have been questions in the past, yes, whether they could be placed on there.
What were the answers?
That,
I think.
we were never given a reason why, we were just told that they shouldn't go on there. Yeah.
Well, from my understanding, it wasn't like, say, a legal issue, it was more the poles that we have weren't necessarily structurally made for the type of attachment that was talked about at that time. I don't know about this type, but there was something about, like they didn't have,
So the brackets and everything, A&S is actually doing these, and the brackets and everything that have been provided down here, like A&S Anonymous and all that, I would probably suggest that if,
Justin.
yes, somebody wants to take a look at them to be sure that
To the
that
right.
they're sturdy enough
He's not
to.
here, is he?
No.
But if,
These are the flag poles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fancy ones.
I mean, one thing that I would, with the size of these, just if the wind, I mean, they might just need the, yes. Yeah, so the wind can go through them, so they're not.
Well, can't they like cut flaps into
yeah,
them?
that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, like the air pass, yeah.
I mean, I'm in favor of these, I think they would look nice. My only, and that's just like I said, past memory, there was some concern about
That
that.
has been, the
I would
concern was whether or
want
not
to-
our poles can withstand a banner.
I want to confirm with, I think Justin would be the expert on whether that would be okay or not.
Yeah.
And see what his input is.
What size are these compared to other signs that we've already had on there?
Well, there have never been signs on these, out here.
Oh,
We've never
okay.
been allowed to do that. You know, we really wouldn't want to do that. But we put them out on
On
the
36.
highway,
Okay.
out here.
On the wooden poles.
On the wooden
and the
poles.
wooden poles
Yeah,
were
they're
different.
stronger.
That was an issue, that was the question. Now, I don't know what the final.
We're talking about the metal light poles that have decorative lighting on.
I'm not sure those are metal though, aren't they? Are they fiberglass or something?
I don't know. That needs to be determined by someone that knows more about that.
Okay.
I don't know, I've hit it with a lawnmower a couple times, but I can't tell you for
Maybe
sure.
it is, I don't know.
Yeah. But still, we need to make sure that they can handle it,
Yeah, we don't,
handle that wind
we would
load,
not have any intention of playing to hurt a pole.
70-mile-an-hour wind.
So if they
you know.
weren't able to go on there, would they put them on it like they used to, or?
That is a chamber thing that does those. This is a DTC thing, so we would probably find it. We have,
Yeah.
I know the ones that have already have stuff on theirs, but I don't know if they might be different material.
Harris has them, Shovina has them, all of them that has theirs poles have
I
like.
can't imagine it being an issue.
But if they're made out of some different material than the other cities, then we don't want to harm them.
Ours are metal.
Okay, so
Mike says they're metal, so yeah.
what we want to do is we want to get this into Justin's hands so he can take a look at it. Now, I had a request vis-a-vis email today. DTMC is going to want the city to install these.
Oh, are they? Isn't
Yes.
that nice of them?
Well, that was my understanding.
We like to work well with our city people.
Partnership. Partnership.
Yeah, you guys got to
We'll make your
approve.
city
You guys
look
got to
pretty and
approve
pay for
it.
it.
I think Justin needs to.
Well, okay, let's
look
do
at it
this.
first.
If Justin doesn't have an issue with these going on those light poles, would you all consider approving having them install them?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what we
I
were
would
asked to
consider it,
do.
I would like his feedback on the
His-
whole installation
yeah.
also,
Okay.
rather than just
They
saying
put
his
up the
department's gonna do
Christmas
that
lights, they
without
can put up these.
a statement from.
Yeah, but these catch more wind.
No, I mean, using our
Just the
employees.
installation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we want to get feedback from Justin?
Yes, I will.
Okay. All righty. What else we got?
That's all I have.
Okay,
That's not
now,
me, But Mary does have
we,
actual tax force.
we have in our, packet a recommendation from the Monroe City Economic Development Sales Tax Board, a funding recommendation. And Mary, would you like to educate us?
Well, we sent this request in, or Diana from the Nutrition Center requested this $3,000 to, well, did you guys get the copy?
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, they need a new roof for their building, and they are working on a grant from MFA grant, and they are in the runnings for that. But part of that grant was, where else did they go to obtain funding? So she tapped into the Economic Board for $3,000. They will go beginning of March sometime to determine how much money they will get for the MFA grant. But it is to replace their roof. It needs to be completely redone. And then the air conditioning units on top, they need to come off completely.
It's currently, isn't it a metal roof?
It is a metal roof.
It seems like it wasn't very long ago.
There were some issues. Installation.
I'll make a motion to approve the funding recommendation from the Economic Development Sales Tax for the senior center.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just ask a quick question,
Yeah.
clarify? This
Yes.
was presented to the Economic Board, and they've made their recommendation to us to approve it. It's also, as stated here, is coming out of the Economic Development Board.
Thank you. I was going to address that.
Yeah.
And there's funds available?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will second the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the recommendation from the Monroe City Economic Development Sales Tax Board in the amount of $3,000 to be awarded to the Senior Nutrition Center as part of their grant application for repair of their roof. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mary.
Do we have a copy that needs to be signed at some point in time?
Is that what, I think it's.
This one here shows the signature available.
It
Looks like this.
submitted by,
Well,
like, it would be
the,
you
third
approving
page.
it there, Mayor.
The board has to approve the expenditure, so I'll sign it.
Yeah, it's got 3 check boxes.
I've got the original.
You got the original? I'll sign the original, we'll get it back to them. All right, next thing we have is Administration Committee.
Yes, we met on February 12th. There's minutes in your packet. The purpose of the meeting was to make some recommendations to the council regarding the Community Heart and Soul resolution. It was a consensus of the committee to provide financial support in the amount of $6,000. Once again, those funds are solely from the economic development tax, no city money. The reason we did this $6,000 was because there was a $10,000 match. They already have $4,000, so they just need an additional $6,000 to come up with 10. We also would like to suggest representation by a staff member or elected official on the committee. and to provide meeting space to them as available, and help with the dissemination of information on our website and or social media.
Okay. Is there going to be a separate document submitted?
There was a sample resolution we had, and it's in my car.
Do they have to, will the Economic Development Sales Tax Board be submitting a form like this for the Heart and Soul?
I don't know.
That was gonna be, in looking through it, I was gonna say, could we table that to look at it?
Okay.
Because I think it may have to come from the committee.
I think,
All expenditures
Yes.
have to come from the committee and have to be approved by this board.
yes, so why was it referred to our committee then?
Because of the resolution, we had to identify what we wanted to put in the resolution
Okay,
for the city.
gotcha.
So you have two separate issues. You have a resolution and you have a request for funding. And so the resolution would be stated how.
Therefore, it be resolved that
So we have to do that. We'll have to put that together.
it's in the, well, there's a sample resolution that Ally
Okay.
sent, remember? And you forwarded it to me.
Oh, boy. If you say so.
You did.
Yes, because that's what we reviewed at that meeting.
So we'll have to put that together and bring it back to your resolution.
I mean,
Maybe a lot of them on the board.
yeah.
Okay.
Can we agree that these are the things we want in the resolution, or should we wait on that, John?
Well-
Let's talk tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
How soon does that need to be sent, turned in, I wonder? So my only concern is that
Timing.
timing, yeah.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay. There may be a way to address this. Is it possible for the board to vote to approve a resolution stating these things now?
You're gonna have to read it in its entirety, it's gonna have to be reviewed in minutes.
Okay.
Well, February's a short month, so we should have another meeting in 2 weeks. And,
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Let's get it
I
ready
don't
for the
think
next
2
meeting.
weeks is-
Okay.
Is a problem. I've not been made aware that.
I didn't know when the application was due. Okay. That's all I have.
Okay. Operations Committee?
We haven't had a meeting, but I would like to schedule one. Looking at the 25th, which is a Wednesday at 6, would that work? Jason and Adrian? Hmm?
Probably.
And I would also invite department heads, if they have anything that needs to be discussed, to help speed up the regular meeting. And if you do, just get with me and let me know so I can put it on the agenda.
So you're talking Wednesday next week?
Yes, the 25th.
Yes, that should be good for me.
Okay,
You were at 6?
yes,
Patrick had his hand-
upstairs.
Patrick had his hand up.
Oh, I didn't see him, okay.
Sorry. The animal shelter, I need to speak with your committee about the shelter and some options.
Okay,
I spoke with Danette and she pointed me in your committee's direction
okay,
because it's under public safety.
okay. I'll get that on the agenda, and does that work, does that night work for you or someone, or, okay? Cool.
Works perfect. Okay, you said 6 o'clock, where at?
Upstairs in the library office, or the library meeting room.
Top.
Yep. Mhm.
Anything else, Mike?
No, I think that should do it.
All right, next we have the Board of Adjustment,
Nothing.
Nuisance Committee.
Looking good is all I'm gonna say.
We're meeting next week.
Monday?
Monday.
I have received some compliments about the
Amazing.
the vehicles that were kind of moved along, so that's good.
It is.
And right by
Great
me, that
progress.
they've been there for several years, I think. And the dirt kind of looked like they had to dig it out.
Great
Oh, the
progress.
tow truck had a little fun getting them out.
I bet. broken back window, no plates, or. Let's see.
Anything else on that? All right, next we do department reports. First on the agenda will be the police department. How are you, chief?
Oh, I'm doing.
I understand.
Yeah, we were a little late getting our report in. However, I did get those numbers for you.
Thanks, chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There's that information. With that, bringing up the nuisances, at this point, we've had between 25 to 28 vehicles removed.
Holy smoke,
Either
28?
by being towed or by
Them moving.
them abating the nuisance themselves. We've still got several in the process that'll be coming up this week. So we are starting to get a lot of traction with that and getting a lot of people taking care of those issues themselves.
Motivated them, huh?
Yeah, once they start moving, there's been a lot of people getting those taken care of themselves.
That's good. I appreciate that. That's nice.
Second thing I've got you is just some things for the humane shelter. It's just a little bit of information. Nothing set in stone yet, but we do have a few people that are concerned citizens within the community, some people that are wanting to assist us. Ms. Vicky is also wanting help with trying to make the humane shelter and operations a little bit more feasible. With that, we're talking about the expansion of trying to get some more volunteer help. Of course, now we're going to have to go through Murman for this to make sure that insurance is going to cover anybody that would want to come on and volunteer with us. But this would be for feedings, cleanings, walking dogs, doing general discipline with them, things of that nature. And also looking at the possibility of doing fostering for some animals down there. Right now, we can't do anything with cats within the shelter. So that would be something we'd be looking at fostering out. Sometimes you have dogs that are small enough, the kennels we have down there are not appropriate. Younger dogs, things like that, we'd be able to look at fostering them out rather than having to board them at the vet, which would save some money. So there are a few different things we're looking at to try to streamline that, make it a little more efficient, and make it a little more financially easier on the city to get all that done. So like I said, we are still in the process of going through how some of these actions be done and how we could get this together with people to make sure that, on a daily basis, dogs are being scheduled and being taken care of. So just a few things we need to put together. Once we do, we'll get those recommendations over to you all before we start trying to do anything with that. That's all I have for this evening, unless anybody has any questions.
Were you able to get your login created for the camera?
I have not yet.
Okay. Because it does have a 24-hour clock.
Okay.
But I can just call him, or you can call him and just say, hey, can you send that again? And he'll send it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I'll be back in office tomorrow, not on the road, so I'll be able to get created.
Okay, cool.
Camera looks like a pretty good camera, but I'll let you tell me how good it is. I thought it looked pretty good.
Yes, and you can zoom in and it's still nice and
Well,
clear.
see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which camera?
For North Park.
North Park camera, that's part of
And
that
it
grant.
can, it has, detect people and pets and vehicles, and you can say, okay, find the guy in the red shirt, and it'll show you all the clips with the guy in the red shirt.
That'd be awesome.
That's going to be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
It'll help you guys out, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our more problem parts is over there. So.
Yep, it's live and recording, so.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I have unless somebody has any questions.
One short question, the one vehicle, have you made a final determination on that one vehicle, what you think you might want to do?
Oh,
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. If you're not ready to talk about it, that's okay.
I honestly, I think it's not going to be worth repairing. The amount that we're going to put into repairs is not going to increase the price on it enough when we resell. I think we just, I'll have to look and see what the best way to get rid of that is going to be, but we're going to sink more money into making the repairs than what it's going to add to additional worth once it's done.
And is that something that we can essentially be upfront about on like a purple wave or something and say, hey, these are the problems and.
That's a possibility. I mean, it definitely is, because you can sell items on there that are not functioning as long as you are upfront about what the problem is and they can factor in what that repair is going to be. That's fine.
Because sometimes people buy stuff knowing that they could either use it for parts or they may be able to take care of problems cheaper.
They may have an engine that would go in it, the one that has rocked.
Exactly, and that's another thing that we look at whenever we get into that is, we could take a lot of those parts and sell them off individually as well as sirens, speakers, the partitions, bumpers, all of those things for a decent amount as well. Because I'm not interested in ever being in a Tahoe again after having these. So we're not going to have any other vehicles to put them into. Like I said, we can look a little bit farther and harder into that to figure out what is going to be the most profitable way for the city to manage to get rid of that.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, next thing we have on the agenda for police is in review of the budget. We determined that $2,150 of fuel that was utilized in, I think, July, August, September, the entity where we purchased it did not get it billed. And so it ended up, last year's fuel ended up on this year's budget. I'm asking the board to amend the fuel budget for the police department and to add $2,150 to the line fuel in the budget. It's a budget amendment.
Or 25
For this year. Last year's money come out, last year's expenditures came out of this year's budget. And I realize that we're only at maybe 30-some percent, 37% or something like that on the fuel line. But it does affect the total department budget in that I think we're going to, we may or may not be, but during my discussion with the police department, I advised them that I was going to make an effort to get this corrected so it doesn't affect, this expenditure doesn't affect this year's budget. Sure, it's your call.
We have, our budget is too low?
Yes.
Our budget is too
No,
We did. The expense from last year got put in, charged to this year because we didn't get a bill for it.
We received the invoice, I believe, in October. It was for July, August, September.
Oh, I
They didn't get it to us. 3 months worth of billing from last year.
I think it all started because it's under new ownership and getting everything sent to us maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah.
So in my discussions with, when we were doing budget review with the police department, I became aware of that. I advised them I was going to try to get that corrected so that it didn't affect this year's budget. If it doesn't affect, at the end of the year, if they have a surplus, great, because it all comes out of general revenue. But at least this way, I think it's an accurate method of doing things. So that's my request.
To amend the fuel budget for
Police department by adding $2,150 to that line item.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor to authorize a budget amendment to the police department line fuel by adding $2,150 to the existing budget amount. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, the motion carries. So we'll make a budget amendment to that line item.
I think they've gotten pretty good about sending them more quickly now, haven't they?
What they send us is a little ridiculous, to be quite honest, but, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's something we need to do different, or do we need to go talk to them?
Cindy's got it under control.
Okay.
I mean, it's extra work for her, but she's getting it done.
Okay. If there's anything I need to do, I'll be glad to go make that discussion, have that discussion. Okay, next thing we have will be water.
Remember last time I had nothing, so.
This
And you're gonna repeat that?
I am not.
Oh.
I am not. I don't have a lot though. I don't know if you recall, but 2 months ago, I told you that I had applied for a fluoride grant, roughly $39,000 is what I requested. Finally got an email back today that she said she believes she's going to be able to do part of it. We're not going to get $39,000. It was kind of a pipe dream, some of the stuff, but it sounds like the stuff we really need, we're probably going to get the grant for.
Good.
So, I'll let you know, and I tagged you in an email today about
Okay.
that. So, we've had a couple water leaks here recently. We had one in Eastover in Berkeley. When the new water mains came through and they hooked up the fire hydrants to the water mains, they changed out the fire hydrants, but yet they did 4-inch taps off of the main. So they're connecting a 4-inch line to a 6-inch line, which is perfectly fine to do, but they didn't use a restraint type coupling. So this is a third one that has actually started blowing apart. And once it comes apart so far, then, you have to dig it up and redo everything.
Were you flushing mains this week?
That's on down my
Okay, I'm
list, yes
sorry.
ma'am.
I didn't know if that was related to what I saw
Yeah.
or if that was a different.
Yep. No, we found that the meter pit at 310 North Oak, which is an abandoned house, it was leaking. We had the big leak over here on Court and Chestnut. That was on a main that is no longer in service. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. A new main has replaced the old main, but yet not everybody was moved off of the old main onto the new main. There's still about 20 people that are still being fed off of this old main. So apparently way back when the money wasn't allotted for the switch over to happen. Everybody on like one side of the street got switched, but the people on the other side didn't. So I will probably start trying to attack some of these to get them switched over so we don't have two mains running right next to each other. Let's see here. Then out at the water plant, our spectrometer, which just so happens to be one of the items I asked for in the fluoride grant, but I also have it in this year's capital expenditure budget. The spectrometer shot craps on us, and I don't have a choice, we have to have them. So I borrowed an extra one from Hannibal, and I would like to, since we are going to get a new one at some point, I know for a fact they're getting ready to come out with a new model within the next 4 months or so. So having one as a backup is extremely important for situations like we're in right now. But I would like to send that away to be repaired. This will be the 4th time I believe we've had to do this since I've been here, and I'm working on my 7th year. It seems like every about year and a half, it's close to a $3,000. It's an engineering issue. The samples you put in there, they'll sweat sometimes, And then there's, so the sample cells, which you put it in there, it has a drain that drains right on top of the circuit.
Oh, jeez.
So the new one.
So design flaw.
Yeah, the new one actually has a hole in the circuit board where the drain will go straight through the circuit board.
How much is the new one?
About $7,500 between there and $10,000.
And we're paying $3,000 every couple of years to fix
And we've
it.
got $12,000 in repairs.
Yeah, yeah, but
Almost.
we don't have an extra one. We have to have this. We cannot test. We can't run the plant without one of these. And Hannibal's been great letting us borrow their extra one. When I worked there, we actually bought a new one and put this one in storage light. I knew it was there. They didn't even know it was there.
Was it one, you said it was on the items in the grant thing?
Yeah, in the grant.
And so.
Are we gonna get the grant?
Is it something they're gonna
I
leave?
believe so, yes.
Is it one of the items they left in? You said.
Yes,
okay.
yes. Yeah, what they're kicking out is a, like $18,000, inline analyzer that we really didn't need, but I threw it out there because, you know, when you're feeding fluoride, you don't ever want to overfeed. So it'd be nice.
You have money in the current CapEx budget for spectrometer?
Yeah, but I also have money in there for maintenance and repair.
Okay, so let's stop just for a second. The question is, do we want to spend $3,000 to repair what's going to be a backup that might fail the next 3 or 4 times you use it? Or do we take the money that's in the CapEx, buy a new one, and also get another new one in the grant so you have 2 new ones? I'm not in favor of spending $3,000 on something that keeps breaking.
Is it keep breaking though because it gets used every day?
Yeah, it's used the entire time we're
not
the only.
Okay.
So if it was a
So
backup,
you repair the backup.
then it wouldn't get used every day.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Repair the backup, we use the new one all the time, when
Yeah.
it breaks, we use the backup, send the new one out and get it repaired.
Yeah.
And I pulled that $3,000 number out of the air. I don't know. We have to send it in. They send me back a estimate of repair, and then we have to agree to.
At what point in
Maybe
time do
just
we
drill a
say
drain
no,
into the
because
circuit.
$3,000 is not half the cost, but it's getting close.
It's getting close. Anytime you deal with sending anything to Hawk, it seems to be that expensive. There are really no other spectrometers on the market for water analysis that meet the specs.
Okay, you don't need our permission to use the maintenance budget to fix the spectrometer.
No, I don't. I'm letting you guys know that that's what's going on, and.
Then use your best judgment.
Okay, no problem.
So how long can we keep their animals back up?
Until we get this one back. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Until there's
turnaround?
breaks.
Yeah, until
Unless
there's
they
breaks.
need it. Yeah, if they need it, then because a Hawk, we could actually get a loaner from them for a cost. But this year we actually went away from having our maintenance done by Hawk to save $4,000. And so with that, there is a program where they'll supply the loaner for free. We just don't have the loaner for free, but we have a loaner right in Hannibal
Well, that worked out.
Yes, it did.
All right, what else you got for us, sir?
Were you done with all your questions, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. We are currently doing a unidirectional flushing program. So yes, we are flushing every single fire hydrant in town. And what the unidirectional, normally when you flush fire hydrants, you just start in one location and you kind of pull the water all one way, and you just fan out and you just blow the water out, and you call it good. What we're doing now is when we flush this fire hydrant, we'll close a valve over here, which makes the water come from this way. Then we open this valve, close this valve, make it come from this way. So we're actually causing the water to run in reverse in the pipes, which at a scouring velocity, which will actually clean the pipes much better than they have ever been done before. We still are, I'm worried about the total trihalomethane still, which chloramines, which should solve our problem. But our first result right after we switched was not good. I just don't think we've got the chloramines out in the system yet, is what it was. So by us doing this flushing program, we're gonna be flushing for close to 2 months, as long as the weather allows. And it looks like early next week, we're gonna have to shut down, but then we'll pick up again. And we have to take our next sample by the end of next month. So I have till then to get the entire system flushed. Sorry for interrupting, sir.
So are we doing that on the new water lines, and not the old ones, I'm assuming?
If it's an old line, if it's in use, we're doing it.
Right. So not trying to be negative, but does that increase the risk of a leak developing?
Yes, it does.
But it's better to get it before it does it on its own.
Yeah, because if the pipes are causing the increased total trihalomethanes, which is what we keep sending out the public notices for, if it's for the buildup inside the pipes, if we don't get rid of that,
it's not going to go down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is going to be probably a once every few years type of flushing process. We've had very few low pressure calls. I think one of the mayor's neighbors called in the other day. Today we had, at the end of the day, there's 2 people that called in and said they had very, very low water pressure. We had 1 valve still closed. All the other valves we could get to, there's one that's buried that we couldn't get to, but there was no reason they didn't have water. We opened up this other valve, and now they have water. So we got to figure out what's causing the water not to flow from this side to over here like it's supposed to. But so we are finding things out also about, we found a valve we shouldn't open up because it starts blowing water up underneath the street also.
All right.
Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Cool.
All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
Electric, you have a report. Justin can't be here tonight. Gas,
Can I ask a question?
absolutely.
Is there a plan in place to replace?
That's one of the things we'll be discussing at the operations committee meeting.
Okay.
Yep.
Street,
I think it's in your packet, didn't I put it in there? Tracks for the mini. I was telling you I was gonna get some bids for that, which I did. We were pretty much wore out. Caterpillar was the low bid, as you can see, $2,072.99.
okay.
Pretty good compared to the other 2.
Yes.
Blue Bee was $32,37.50, and John Deere was $36,42.10.
That is a
That's
Caterpillar.
incredible difference.
Well,
Is that John Deere or Caterpillar?
Caterpillar
Okay.
got the bid. So I got to looking at his unit price, and I seen the 30% discount.
Yeah.
So I called him. I said, "Now you understand? I know you got 2 over here. That is a pair. I don't want 1." And he pulled up and he said, "No, that's a pair." So
This would be
this is a big savings.
original equipment replacement. And it's the cheapest.
Yes.
I don't know if there's
And
any
it's a
questions.
It's a mini. The mini, the excavator is a Caterpillar.
Okay.
All topper is a little bit by a lot.
All right. So we need a motion to approve the expenditure of $2,702.99 to Al Torfer for the tracks.
This in the street department budget?
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve the expenditure of $2,003.99 to Al Torfer for the tracks. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. Anything else, Rodney?
That was it.
All right,
Just
thank
let
you very
know,
much.
We got the swing set at North Park down.
Is it gone?
It's gone. We cleaned out the rock. We're in the process of filling the hole up with dirt like we did the other. Eventually we'll put some good dirt, seed it.
That wasn't the bigger playground area.
That was the older one.
Okay.
It was just the swing. We didn't take the rest off. The only thing we did was the swing.
Okay, cool.
And
Which would be
maybe the
nice.
swings were broken.
Yeah.
Maybe the swings themselves were broken.
Yeah.
And the
And
area had a lot of water.
that pea gravel, they throw that you know, all the other,
Yeah.
so. I'm glad
Boy,
to
that
see
park got a lot of use on Monday when we were doing the fiber, so.
Was today too, I know.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rodney, appreciate it. Airport,
I don't have much. Monty came out the other day and looked at some cracks in the surface of the runway. There's some spots where there's pieces coming out, and he's got some kind of a mix to put in to temporarily fix it. Hopefully that sometime in the future we'll get some grant money to work on that.
yeah, we gotta get the engineer of record, handled for the airport services, so once we get that done, we hopefully move forward trying to find out what is available.
And what we have to do,
Right,
Is that like a cold patch type thing?
it's something
Yes.
new that Rodney's come up with.
I bought some of them, 4 of them buckets from Columbia, you can add water to.
right,
You might have seen it.
right.
I got 4 just for emergency bottles in the winter time, because you can't.
Yeah.
Let's try it, and you know, and if we can do something to cut down on water entering into those cracks, it'll be a big help.
Yeah, it
Freeze
it's gonna need
expansions.
some attention.
Is there some kind of epoxy you could
You
use?
need a pour, you need a pour.
Might be,
I mean, epoxy, you can use that anytime, right?
You've seen the state before out there with
In the
the,
winter, yeah.
filling the cracks with the tar or whatever.
Tar, oil, MC 800, you fill the
Okay.
cracks, and we throw
Okay.
sawdust on them. Of course, you got to put one sawdust.
Hopefully we can get ahead of it before it destroys the runway. I don't really have anything else. It's, weather's been nice and the activity's been picking up a little bit, so
good.
Awesome.
hopefully it'll continue that way, although I think it's gonna cool off again.
It will, yeah.
Of course.
I've got a lot of
Here a few days
Down,
and
all
then
in the shadow or something like that.
Mother Nature teasing us.
And
Thanks.
the, Mark Twain internet that Mike got put in is, I've not had any trouble with it. It's
Good.
been working good.
Yeah. The cameras seem to
Good.
be doing good too now.
Yeah, cameras
Yeah.
are doing good.
Good.
All right, thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Joe.
Dale, appreciate it. Mosswood. Pool, first thing is the Star Guard Elite. I believe that's guard training, is that correct?
Maggie, do you want to talk on this?
Sure.
Hi, May.
Hi.
Hi.
So Myrna had suggested that we use StarGuard. So we reached out to StarGuard, got some information from them. I made contact with Tara Fody, I believe is her name, who was the lifeguard trainer last year. And she's on board to do that again this year. I sent her the information via email with some possible dates of all the classes that they have offered, locations, and she's gonna look that over and let us know when she can go. And then if it's approved, then we'll get her enrolled. So it's $450, I think, initially for the first year, and then renewals, it appears, are $250 a year if we decide to renew it. I guess I'm assuming it's annually. I did reach out to StarGuard to get some more information about more specific details, and I had not heard back from her before the meeting tonight, so I'm waiting to hear back from her.
How does this compare to our current training expenses, do you know?
I'm sorry,
To our current, like, training expenses, I know we currently send,
you know, I don't know what the previous, Jeanette can probably help you with that, because that was American Red Cross, right? Is that what it was?
We, of course, didn't have to pay for the training for the instructor. I mean, all we had to do was just pay for the certifications for each lifeguard.
Gotcha.
This here, we would have to send her to the training. Myrna does reimburse some of the costs, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. One thing we wanted to also talk about too, if we go through all these steps, you know, we want to have some type of employment contract with this person, outlining what, you know, we're going to kind of, you know, expect from them for sending them to this training, and for however long you all want to, I don't know, but Maggie's talked to her, I mean, she does sound interested, so.
So the 250, that's just to be able to send people to get trained?
She's a trainer.
She will do the training.
Training,
She's
okay.
a trainer, it's gonna be a trainer, the trainer class.
Okay. And then it's $60 per
Yes.
actual cert, okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is cheaper than what we had last year?
It won't, well, starting out costs, I don't believe are, because, since one to this training, we'd have to pay for overnight expenses. Where was the closest one in Missouri?
Wentzville.
Wentzville. So we
That's
probably.
a 2-day class.
Yes, 2-day conference, so we'd have to pay for overnight expenses, mileage, things like that. And
Right.
then, of course, we would have to put the bill for all the training, and then we would get reimbursed.
Oh, okay, okay.
So depending
So
on
it's
how
not,
much reimbursement.
it's not totally out of our pocket?
No.
Oh, good, okay, that's good.
And Jeff Hart's gonna be here tomorrow too, so we can talk to him more about the.
Yeah, we get our annual evaluations tomorrow, so that will, Maggie's all ready for that.
Maybe.
I'm told everybody knows what they're supposed to do. So,
What-
departments.
Maggie, what do you need this board to do tonight? Nothing?
Well, are you all, because when is this training coming up?
April 18th.
April 18th, so we would need a motion approving an individual to go to this, and we cover the expenses associated with it.
Okay.
And then whoever we send, I would like to, I mean, it's up to you all, but I would like to see some type of contract.
Okay.
And you said we're not doing Red Cross because this was the Murmur recommendation. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
And Murman's gonna pay us for it, or pay it,
Some of
reimburse us
it.
for it.
Portion of it.
Oh, part of it,
I
okay.
think it's important, yeah, I'm not sure of the exact amount, quite honestly.
Right.
It's a majority of it.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's.
so we need approval from the board to send a person to this training on April 18th.
Do we have a person in mind, or?
Yeah, but Terry,
Yes.
she mentioned
Oh.
Terry,
Yes.
Tara Foley.
Sarah Foley, she supposedly, I think she did it last year, she.
Yeah, I think she's from Shelby.
Okay.
She came down last year and she did all.
And
the
so it's gonna be,
certifications.
the new registration is $450, and then we're gonna have to pay hotel, mileage, and meals. So I can't really put a
And
dollar
the
amount
cost
to
of-
that.
Yeah, it's
of
tricky
the
to.
Wages.
course.
Her wages, her time.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a quick question.
It'd be $1,000.
She's from Shelbina, is she doing Shelbina also?
I don't know for
I
sure.
don't know, I don't know.
Yeah. I see where you're headed.
Because by her getting the certification, then she can train others, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hence the contract.
Yeah.
I mean, that, it would be up to you guys on what you want to put in the contract, obviously.
But she
But
could
she's
still
gonna
go
train
to
Shelbina.
Bina,
Yeah, that's true, she'll have a
Amara.
certification no matter what.
Mhm.
Can we split with Shelbina? I mean,
I'm wondering.
can we
Share costs.
inquire about it before we write up the agreement?
Can we share the cost
And share the cost maybe?
Share cost with who?
with Shelby?
Shelbina.
Whoever's gonna use her for the certification.
Does she do certifications for other town pool employees?
And I don't know the answer to that.
It might be worth asking, just because it's her own town and she may be, that's fine. But
Yeah.
And she might be Amara, I mean, I don't know where she's going.
I just think it's worth asking.
All right, what do we need to do? We need approved training?
No, I think we're gonna, oh, I don't know.
I'm
Do we have
okay
to
with
approve the
it.
training? Do we have to approve the training? Does the board have to approve the training? Okay.
And then just after the fact, see if we can't
Yeah.
split it with them.
Well, you'll have to approve accounts payable, so, you know, whatever.
Right.
Oh, and I did hear from Jessica Bay Miller. She is interested in being the pool manager again this year. Just wanted to let you guys know that. We are gonna be getting kids coming in here pretty quickly to fill out applications for the pool and whatnot, so.
I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing. I didn't hear any complaints last year like we had.
Neither did I.
Would you all like me to work with the park board on management for the pool?
Sounds great to me.
Seems appropriate.
Sure.
Makes sense, yeah. Was that all?
That'd be my preference.
Was that all? Didn't we lose a pump or something like 2 days before the end of the season? on
Yes,
that
we had all that stuff happen, and
Have we,
we'll try to get a little earlier start this year.
to try to address that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't started to try to see how much,
I do not know.
okay.
I need a motion to approve the training for the lifeguard.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Okay, next thing we have is presentation of bills and approval of payments. Tab 12, I believe.
I have a question, and it probably says this on here, but I don't know. So it's like, it says the GL, but does it tell us what department? So like,
I asked that.
Yeah,
last
it's a
time.
number.
If you look at the very, page 5 of 5, Lori.
okay.
Just gives you the,
Yeah, there's a key.
Okay, gotcha. I knew that there was an answer, I just missed it.
This is a process that we're going to become familiar with over time.
Yeah, well, and the 36, okay, so the department is the second number.
Boy, that electric bill's a whopper, isn't it?
Yeah.
sure it is.
350, 360.
That's a big clevis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, phase 2, there's a $700 clevis on there.
And again, some of these are expenses that have already come before you for approval. We're just now getting the invoice on those. But like I said, I prefer to bring everything that the city pays
Yeah, I want
out
to see.
to you all.
What is lively?
That is our flex spending
For healthcare.
for the employees.
For employees'
flex
healthcare,
spending, yeah. It'd be like similar to Aflac.
Okay, gotcha. And that's an employee deduction?
It'd be both.
We match.
Oh, we match it? Okay.
So, yeah,
Up to a certain amount.
yeah, up to a certain amount.
How many more BSNA software payments do we have, do you know?
I'd have to look on,
That's
I
okay.
don't know where we're at. We go live with utilities on March 23rd.
Oh, boy.
How's things been going so far?
I mean, it's a learning process. I mean, we do a lot of trying this, trying that, and we finally work our way around it.
But they're in with this and all that.
They're, I mean, if we put
They're
in a support
responsive and all that,
call, we're very responsive, yeah.
Do we want to talk about notification?
I sent an email today, so as soon as I hear back from him, we can
Okay.
get that front desk message out pretty quick.
Okay, cool.
Because anybody that is set up for auto pay has a front desk account.
Right, right.
So
Yeah,
I need to get the dates and everything. from
I'll
him.
make a
because we'll
motion.
have to create a new account.
We have a motion on the floor to approve bills payable. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion second on the floor to approve bills payable. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Next thing on the agenda is unfinished business. Any unfinished business? There's nothing on the agenda. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
Make the
moved.
motion to move.
We have a motion second and third to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries. Thank you all very, very much.
Yes.